Hey, welcome or welcome back. Good to see you again. Again, I'm not going to be on camera for this one because I don't want to have any glitching in the video. So this is some more Tellonym questions. This is Girlfriend Edition Part 2. So these questions will be related to the girlfriend or about the girlfriend, and maybe one the girlfriend answers for Amberlynn. So we're almost caught up, guys. Let's go ahead and jump into these. The first one is in relation to Amberlynn on her live stream a month or so ago. She was like, "No, I'm single." Wait, am I single? I don't know. Am I single? This person was like, "Hey, that doesn't make sense. Are you okay?" And Amberlynn was like, "Oh, it's a joke that me and my girlfriend have." I don't know why that's a joke they have, but this person responded to that saying, "Thank you for answering, but that really doesn't answer it for me, and I don't know now. I'm definitely worried. Hope you're in a good place, girl." Amberlynn says, "Lol, trust me, you have nothing to be worried about. I have never been treated this good in a relationship. No shade, no tea, but I forgot how it feels to be wanted. But she reminds me every day, and she reminds me of how it feels to be loved. It breaks my heart that you guys are using my clear visible signs of my bipolar acting up and my depression happening strong as a way to say that I am in an unhappy relationship. No, I am depressed. I have not been taking my medicine right. Something tragic as fuck happened in my family that has honestly put me in the strangest and saddest headspace possible. We are almost at my 2-year anniversary for finding out that I had cancer. Like, a lot of things are going on behind closed doors, and my girlfriend is the main reason why I am semi-sane. She helps me, supports me, and makes me feel like my mental illness is not a burden. She is the one who is there for me while I am having anxiety attacks or having mental breakdowns. Honestly, I feel like I do not deserve her. Stop thinking the worst of a situation you know nothing about." I know a lot of people are concerned about Amber and this relationship because people found it odd this woman so I'm going on the assumption that we all think is true, that this is still Jade. So this woman messages Amberlynn on Instagram and immediately says, "Hey, wifey." People are a little suspicious about all this. I'm happy Amberlynn is happy, but people are just giving their opinion based on what they're seeing. And she's not showing us anything to do with her relationship. We don't know anything about what's happened in her family. Now, granted, she doesn't have to tell us any of this personal information. But then she can't be upset when people make assumptions because we don't know. And we're just going by what we see. It's kind of a catch-22. We don't know what's going on. We make assumptions. Amberlynn gets mad. There's no win. And she blames everything on her mental health issues. And while I understand that can be underlying causes for things, you at the end of the day are responsible for your own actions. And Amberlynn has medication for her bipolar. She doesn't have depression because you can't be diagnosed with bipolar and depression at the same time. But the highs and lows of bipolar disorder can be a depressive-like state, apparently, from what I've read. So she has medicine for bipolar disorder, but she doesn't take it like she's supposed to. So when she has medication and doesn't take it, it's hard to find sympathy when she's like, "Oh, it's my bipolar disorder, and you guys just don't understand." Well, take your frickin' medicine. Keep yourself even keel. I understand things happen in life, like with her family, whatever that happens to be, and I know the anniversary of her cancer diagnosis has to be rough too, but come on, your girlfriend could be helping you remember to take your medication, or kind of giving a gentle nudge to take your medication. But enough about this one. Oh, also, it should be no shade, all tea. That's what the scene's supposed to be. Anyway, moving on to the next one. Same response to the one about Amberlynn saying that it was a joke. This person says, "You were crying. What kind of inside joke involves crying about being single? I don't believe you." Amberlynn says, "I wasn't crying about that, lol. Did you not watch the whole live stream? I said why I was crying." Yeah, she wasn't crying about that. She was crying about some other thing, but it wasn't about her little joke with her girlfriend. This person has quoted Amberlynn's line of, "I have never been treated this good in a relationship. No shade, no tea, but I forgot how it feels to be wanted." No offense, but this sounds like love bombing. We're all concerned for you, and with good reason. Whether you like to admit it or not, we flagged to you when you were manic high and you ignored it, then realized months later that we were right. This is why we don't trust your opinion on yourself or your situation. You're always so unable to properly decode yourself, your actions, and where you're at in life in the moment. You only realize later what was going on. This is why we're concerned for you and your constant denials of the visible issues. Please stop thinking we're all just haters. While some of us might be, it doesn't mean that we want bad things to happen to you. Please just think a little and see if there's a grain of truth in what we say, which we know 100% there is, whether you're willing to admit it right now or not." Amberlynn says, "Because I am actually in a good and healthy relationship, it means it is love bombing? Does this mean healthy relationships don't exist, actually?" So, yeah, their relationship got pretty serious pretty quick. I mean, they were saying "I love you" the first time they met in person. It seems a little much, a little quick. You know, and that's why people are concerned. They're just looking out for Amberlynn, thinking this person comes in from out of state, stays, moves in with Amberlynn. Now, we know this person has a job, so they're not using Amberlynn for her money or anything, but, I mean, it's easy to see why people are concerned about this relationship. This person says, "Sure, they exist in response to good, healthy relationships. You seem to mold yourself to whoever your partner wants you to be, though. Hence the changes in personality with every relationship. That doesn't seem healthy." Amberlynn says, "I have not changed at all since being with her. Besides, I am happier and I am a lot more cautious of my health because I finally want to actually live. My personality stays my own and my opinions and likes, dislikes stay the same. If someone doesn't like me for who I am, bye." So Amberlynn does kind of seem to take on traits of her partners. But now, that being said, different people can bring out different sides of you. Like with one friend, you may be a little goofier. With one friend, you may be a little more serious. So I can see that, you know, maybe this person just brings out a different side of her and she's able to express herself in a different way. It doesn't mean you're taking on that person's personality. It just means you are either like matching energy or you're just able to act a different way with that person because you're more comfortable. This person says, "Oh, is that why you started using AAVE?" So this came up in another video that I did, and AAVE is African American Vernacular English. Amberlynn says, "Can I have examples, please? And only examples of what has started after being in this new relationship." So in the Reaction Channels video, apparently Callie, also known as Life of a Free Spirit, had apparently said that Amberlynn was using AAVE because she used the word nah, which I think is a little silly, to be honest. I haven't seen Callie say that anywhere, so I cannot confirm it. But I would also like to see examples of Amberlynn using this. This person says, this is in response to Amberlynn asking for examples. And they're like, "Wait, you said examples after the new relationship started. So you were using AAVE even before that? Yikes. Amberlynn says with laughing crying emoji. That is not what I said, lol. People are saying I am using AAVE after getting in this new relationship, so I want to hear it. I know that I have not changed since being with her, besides my happiness and freedom and being able to be myself. I think people underestimate how being unhappy in a relationship absolutely changes you, and when you're finally free of that, you feel so much lighter and brighter. People just don't want to be happy for me, so they keep trying to find these weird reasons for how this is a bad relationship for me, even though it is clear as ever how fucking happy I am with her. Lol. Yeah, again, I would also like to see examples of this, but, Amberlynn does clearly appear to be happier, or at least putting on that face when she is in front of the camera, because she has said that she's been in a, quote, depressed state a couple of times, but she seemed happy enough on camera. So, let's just keep hoping that she is in a happy relationship and she's okay. This is in response to her asking for examples, and this person says, I'm sure a reaction channel will put together a compilation of you using AAVE after getting in your new relationship. Reaction channels always come through. Amberlynn says, my girlfriend just told me that she doesn't even use AAVE herself, and that she has never heard me speak like that. So I don't know. Shrug emoji. She is the one who lives with me. Yeah, I guess the person living with you would be the best judge of whether you use this language or not. So, again, I don't believe I've seen examples of her doing it, unless it's when she says things like, be instead of, is as a verb. You know what I mean? This person responds, your girlfriend can't speak for the entire Black community. Sorry, sis. Amberlynn says, I know this, but I am letting you know that I live with her, and she told me I do not speak like that. Yeah, of course, a person in a community doesn't speak for the whole community, but they can give their opinion as a member of that community. Just like I don't speak for the entire lesbian community, but as a lesbian, I can give my give my opinion on something. Certainly her girlfriend does not speak for the entire Black community. But again, I would want to see examples. To be honest, it's irked me as well that your girlfriend seems to think she represents the entire Black community. She does not, and it's quite offensive that she gives that impression. Amberlynn says, I just want her opinion on these things. She has a voice as well. I happen to share her opinion with y'all sometimes, but I am going to stop because people are taking it the wrong way, but I am not surprised at all. I don't think her girlfriend means to speak for the whole Black community. She is just giving Amberlynn her opinion if Amberlynn asks for it, as her girlfriend and as a member of the Black community. But, I think people might take it a little extreme with thinking that she thinks she speaks for the entire Black community. Such a loving relationship with a woman who is clearly horrified at the thought of being seen with you. Raise your standards, girl. Amberlynn says, is this why when we go in public she holds my hand? Is this why when we are in public she isn't afraid to kiss me? We did see that walking clip with her girlfriend holding her hand as they were walking down the street. But again, since we never see them in public together, we do not know if this is true or not. In your new video, you asked your girlfriend's permission to talk about your current health issues. Red flag, red flag, red flag. Girl, no, no, no. That is so bad. Amberlynn says, not permission, but advice, lol. I was not sure if I should talk about it or not. She also asked me for advice about things. This is what people do in relationships, and then they ultimately make their own decision. Get a partner who is honest with you when asking for advice, and get a partner that makes you feel safe enough to ask for advice about literally anything. 3 heart emojis. Yeah, the way she said it in that video, it did sound like she was asking for permission, and she was like, babe, should I? And then her girlfriend's like, if you want to. You know, like, clearly her girlfriend's like, it's your decision, not mine. So if she had been asking more for permission, and if that was more of a red flag, I think her girlfriend would have been like, yeah, tell him, or no, don't. She was like, it's up to you. So good on her for that, at least. Is your audience the reason why your girlfriend doesn't want to be in your videos? Amberlynn says, yes, a large reason. Well, yeah, absolutely. I mean, people have been trying to dox her, even more than Amberlynn already had. And, you know, people out here taking pictures of her walking Twinkie and posting it online. It's, you know, no wonder her girlfriend doesn't want to be on camera. So this is in response to a poem that Amberlynn posted called Pluviophile. She really likes that word, doesn't she? So this person commented, okay, so you're attempting to humanize the clouds since you've given them human traits, but you don't really explore properly, so it just feels like a mistake. Secondly, it would be nights with an apostrophe S, since it's possessive. Angry is pretty redundant before storm, since yeah, not shitstorms are aggressive. What? Not shit? Anyway. Also, lukewarm is one word. You could have written some nice imagery about the rum coating her tongue, pulled in some pathetic fallacy, etc., etc. But you didn't, and this is why you're a bad writer. You don't think like a writer, you don't edit, you don't have the capacity. So this one, Amberlynn's girlfriend actually answered this one. So she says, my girlfriend, it's Wifey talking about Amberlynn. So the response is, so Wifey says, my girlfriend doesn't claim to be a writer. She writes because she enjoys it. She will continue to write because that brings her joy. It's a pretty simple concept. If you don't enjoy her writing, please avert your eyes. Hopefully this will save us all from another pretentious response from you in the future. Also, let's be real. She could have copied and pasted the work of a poetic genius, and you still would have found a way to criticize it. You have a good day, though. Well, people do criticize poetry of published poets and famous poets. It's part of when you're an English major in college. I read a lot of poetry when I was in college getting my degree in English. Sometimes you don't like all of them. But, yeah, Amberlynn's, I don't know if I included this poem or not in here. We'll see. If I didn't, I think it's in another video that I'll be doing. But yeah, Amberlynn doesn't proofread, her grammar isn't that great, and sometimes her imagery is clouds above the high-rise buildings, and yeah, sure, it's alright. But This poem was like 4 lines also, so it wasn't a very long poem. On to the next one. Here is the poem. So this is a poem that the person just criticized. Somebody asked, what is the last thing you wrote? Amberlynn says, Pluviophile, and then the poem is, clouds above the high-rise buildings, anticipating the night's angry storm. Lukewarm tea on the tip of her tongue. Many sips laced with golden rum. Yeah, it doesn't really invoke any imagery in my mind. I mean, it's of course the first letters of the poem also spell calm. Is an acrostic poem with the first letter of the line spelling the word calm. But I think maybe there was a better way to get more to, invoke more imagery or invoke a calm feeling. I mean, you call it calm, and then you're talking about an angry storm. I mean, maybe change it to anticipating the night's gentle rain or something instead of an angry storm. Lukewarm tea on the tip of her tongue. I don't know. I'm not going to reread her poem right now because I'm not a poet. So, I don't know. That's my thoughts. I don't know. What do y'all think of her poem, Pluviophile? You were asked what the last thing you wrote was, not the last thing your girlfriend wrote was. So you're either using her to excuse the criticisms that were made, or she's answering your telonyms. Amberlynn says, that was the last thing I wrote. My girlfriend was replying to that message because I told her about it, and she had something to say. Yeah, it was, it could have been a little hard to tell. She could have signed it like girlfriend or something whenever she finished it. But I think the style of writing on that answer was not Amberlynn's style of answering. So, this person asked, do you think your girlfriend would be with you when your YouTube channel finally dies? Amberlynn says, she isn't with me because of my YouTube channel. There isn't a single thing she likes about it besides the fact that I still enjoy making vlogs. I guess that's understandable because Amberlynn does get some hate from people on her YouTube channel. So I can see why her girlfriend doesn't care for it, and she probably sees when Amberlynn is upset by something or bothered by things happening on her YouTube channel. But at the same time, it's Amberlynn's source of income. So, what are you gonna do? I don't mean to gaslight, but the fact that your girlfriend doesn't like your YouTube career is a massive red flag. Massive. Amberlynn says, she doesn't like it because of the things people say to me and the bad stuff I have been through because of it. Caring about my mental health is not a red flag. It's extremely important actually, and I appreciate her for seeing where my mental health gets affected the most. She knows I love making videos, so she supports me in my YouTube journey. She even watches all my videos just to give me that view. Smiling face with hearts around it emoji. Minus the mukbangs. Yeah, it's understandable that if your partner is doing a job they're not happy at, that gives them stress, that causes them, mental anguish, whether it's YouTube or working retail or a corporate job, your partner might not care for that job for you because they see how it affects you. But, they're not going to tell you to quit it because that's your income, right? So I can understand this, but also, it's not like she's telling Amberlynn to quit working so then she can be the sole breadwinner like Amberlynn did to Becky, which I think is a good thing. So I think Amberlynn's girlfriend is a healthier girlfriend than Amberlynn is. Alright, that's all we have for that one. What do you think of these questions about or for Amberlynn's girlfriend? Do you see these items also as red flags? Or do you think it's just a fine, healthy relationship like Amberlynn says? So, that's all we've got today. Until next time, be safe and take care.